the presenters present. I will not write into the protocol because I wasn't here. All the participants on this second National Prefects Conference of 2023, the media and everyone, good morning. I hope still morning. Good morning, everyone. Are these students? Good morning. My name is Senior Commissioner of Police, Hadijja Namutebi, as earlier introduced to you. I'm the Acting Chief Political Commissar of the Uganda Police Force, and I've been in the force for the last 21 years. I'm a teacher by profession and a police officer by occupation. So I was asked to talk about the penalties on narcotic drugs. The Uganda Police Force is a law enforcement organization and a government organization which is mandated to keep law and order, to protect life and property, to prevent and detect crime, and to work with everyone concerned with the safety and security of the people in Uganda to ensure that there is total peace. So there is an increasing number of cases concerned with the drug abuse. I'll not deal into what is drug abuse. I know Dr. Basangwa must have done the best you could get. So at this point, I feel that you know what is drug abuse, because drugs are not bad. The problem is abusing drugs and other substances, okay? And because of the effects of the abuse, the government put in place laws to ensure that whoever is a perpetuator in such crimes can be held responsible or culpable and answer. So the statistics in Uganda Police Force indicate that there are increasing numbers of cases in drug abuse. For example, in 2022, we registered cases, which is 20,797 from 1668 in 2021. And amongst the perpetrators, or for us in our language, whom we call suspects, about 150 were young people. Young people, when you talk about a young person in Uganda, those are children below the age of 18. So recently, the Court of Appeals repealed the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Act, and people rejoiced, thinking that the nullification of that law gives everyone now free will to take drugs as they wish, which is not the case. Of course, the law was repealed due to technical issues, not that the law was bad, but the way it was passed, there were technical issues. So where do we go now? That means that the repealing of that law takes us back to the law which was there before. And therefore, as the police force, we are now enforcing the old law, which is the National Drug Policy Act, Chapter 206 of the laws of Uganda. So people are not at liberty to take the drugs or to abuse drugs and other substances as they are at will. I'll go to the legal provisions criminalizing drug abuse. That is Section 47 of the National Drug Policy Act. That is being in possession, to be found in possession of drugs or narcotic drugs, even when you have not taken. So I want to tell you that even when someone tells you to carry for them, you know you have become too smart, and each generation feel they are smarter than the generations before them, which is almost right. But one thing you should know, that even us at our time when we were like you, we felt we are smarter than our parents. So you have so many ways, like the present I found here, people carrying drugs in bread, imagine in pads, imagine under socks. So now you are calling the school administrators and the security committees, maybe now to search you on entry of school premises like suspects. So is that what you would wish? That at the entry, they tell you, remove shoes, remove socks, you know? Now it will, so I think we wouldn't really go there. So being in possession of those drugs is a crime. Smoking is an offense. Cultivating or growing without permission, the Minister of Health can give permission, but it is upon the person who is cultivating or growing those controlled those plants where narcotics can be extracted. It is an offense if you grow it without permission. Obstructing officers, in case they are coming to your premises, they are suspecting that you could be in possession, or people are there smoking or abusing in any way, because it is not only smoking, but you also obstruct an inspecting officer, could be a police officer, could be a Minister of Health officer, anyone authorized to be an inspecting officer. Should they go into their way, preventing them, and this one I think can happen even in your schools, where you can turn against any inspection in your dormitories, there you are committing an offense. There are several punishments as prescribed in the law: imprisonment, paying fines, as well as what the presiding judge or magistrate may feel in their discretion as fit due to the gravity of the offense. That is in relation to drug abuse and substance abuse. But drug abuse leads us into committing other crimes which may not be necessarily charged under this law. So we have seen, like Madam representative from UNESCO said, sexual-related cases. There is a lot of violence, sexual violence, violence against children, and you find that the people who are involved sometimes are under influence of drugs. So other offenses committed under the influence of drugs or abuse of other substances, the penalties will be prescribed as per the laws where the offense you have committed falls under. So if you kill a person, that is murder. And we have seen people murdering their relatives, their community members, or people even committing suicide. So murder is a capital offense. You rape under the influence of drugs. So those are all capital offenses. So whichever offense you commit under the influence of drugs, the penalty will depend on the law under which you have been charged. But I want to emphasize that before we even reach the extent of a young person to be looked after, to be looked for by police, to arrest you, to investigate you, to prosecute you up to the courts of law, prevention is the best. So one of the roles of the police is prevent crime from happening. And we do this through partnership. I'm glad with the organizers of this conference that they bring us on board to do this partnership in prevention. And police normally guides school administration on security in schools. And we give guidance on how to look for drugs and how to prevent drugs penetrating into schools, and also in case they have entered, how do you monitor and how do you control? But young people, I'm asking you, this is your life. Government has put laws in place. There are people who are regulating. There are people who are concerned with everything concerning you. But the best person to deal with this is you. Because should you deal into this, the dangers have already been talked about. Mental illness, that is the biggest penalty. You know, people these days glorifying evil things. These days there is something, bayitako, mwaiseko, it is the new word. That people don't want to be, I think they want to live somewhere in space. Twaiseko, isn't that the word? So people take drugs, never itako, so they don't care. But in kuyitako, completely oitako, and you lose yourself, and that is the biggest penalty to you, your family, and the community where you come from. Okay? So as student leaders, prefects, you have a responsibility to support the school administration in mitigating and preventing drugs in schools. So you are a link. In so doing, you are helping yourself and you are helping your colleagues whom you are leading. You are the next leaders, and the good thing, you have started leadership at an early age. And leadership is accountability, is responsibility. So I would wish that you take it up, please, as a serious matter. Sometimes we have an I don't care attitude that somebody is taking drugs. Since it is not you, it does not concern you. But I have told you the dangers. Somebody can go off and cause danger to the community. So drug abuse, it is everyone's concern, and let us strengthen the fight, because if we don't do that, we are going to lose a generation, and yet the country and the societies where we come from need us to contribute to the development of this country. For God and my country, thank you very much, the organizers, and thank you very much, you, the participants. May God bless you.